Whoa. There we go. And everyone can hear me talking right now. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night and our big season finale of Unproduced Live. I, of course, am Zoran Gavoich, the crazy man that started doing this thing 3 months ago. And tonight, you have joined us to watch the reading of the X-Files script from 1994, written by Jeffrey Reddick, called Flight 180, that eventually became Final Destination. And a fun little fact about this is that he wrote this as a spec script, which means he wasn't paid for it. He just was writing the script, and he never submitted it officially, but the producers somehow got their hands on it, and they helped develop it into a feature film, Final Destination. And also in the movie Final Destination, there's Agents Shrek and Wine, and they are partially based on Mulder and Scully, but obviously they're both men, so there's 50% more penis in that. But that's some fun information that I looked up on the internet. You could have looked it up too, but I did it first, so I could tell you about it. Anyway, it has been 3 months. We started April 24th doing this live stream show, and man, it has been an absolute blast, and we've worked with some incredible people. We started with Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, then we did Nightmare 13, Freddy Meets Jason, we did James Cameron Spider-Man. Ugh, I hear little voices.
With Back to the Future.
Okay, calm down, people that can't be seen right now. There's just voices happening. I'm getting to that. There's a reason I'm building up. I wrote this for a reason. And anyway, I'm going to get to that little Back to the Future nugget in a second. So what I've got is that we also did, just last week, Roger Rabbit 2. And so for those of you that missed Roger Rabbit 2 last week and have not seen any of our other episodes, we always have the amazing Jordan Good do a musical recap of the script. And so he's done a full recap of the Roger Rabbit 2 script. And so I'm going to play that right now while people are filing in. And then we are going to introduce you to these ridiculously amazing group of people that we have for tonight's X-Files reading. So let us watch Jordan Good's recap of Roger Rabbit 2, and then we'll be back in a minute.
In 1941, a farm boy learns he's a cartoon. Also, he's adopted and a rabbit too. He heads out west to find his mom and then hitches a ride with a guy named Richie, but then Roger makes the car explode. But cartoons are invincible, it's okay, somehow they make it to Hollywood. Richie is afraid of heights, but he looks pretty good. Roger meets a voice actress named Jessica Krupnick. Richie picks on sailors and then gets his whiny ass kicked, and then wakes up in a cartoon neighborhood, and Droopy Dog and Fog or Leg or fit him for a suit, and then he gets a part in a movie. Meanwhile, Roger Rabbit looks everywhere for his mom. He chases a bus onto a set at Paramount, accidentally walks on Richie's set to ruin all the props, and gets the electric chair and catches pants on fire and crashes set and get immediately cast in major motion pictures. And Pearl Harbor happens, and here comes a twist. Jessica's boss is really a Nazi. Oh, and Jessica has a human roommate named Wendy. The Allied tune in human forces join to fight the Hun. Both Roger and Richie are too scared to shoot a gun. On the radio they hear a sexy lady's voice. It's their old friend Jessica, but she is reading Nazi propaganda to demoralize the Allied forces. But don't worry, it's only a gunpoint cause she's kidnapped. Wendy will be killed by Otto if she doesn't comply. The boys arrive to rescue them from a German base. Otto has a plot to launch a rocket to assassinate the Western leaders at the Malta Conference, but really the Yalta Conference, and he's got two cartoon panthers named Bambi and Thumper, and Jessica has a she's all that moment to stop it cause she's hot now. A Deus Ex Kitty Cat saves them from the firing squad. They have to stop the launch, so they climb a radio tower. Pretty much the last half hour is chase sequences, Toon cameos, IP nightmares, Goofy as a battering ram, Yosemite Sam and Disney animals doing war crimes. Who knows what the lawyers will allow, but oh yeah, good guys win, and Roger meets his mother, and that's all, folks. Oh shit, and Bugs Bunny is Roger's dad. Huh.
Ain't I a stinker?
That's the one! And here are a lot of people's faces. Welcome, everybody. Oh my god. So many tiny pixelated friends here. Wow. So yeah, as this is the season finale, everyone, I've pulled from all the episodes that we have done a ton of people here. And we'll start with, I'm going to do just very brief introductions because we got a ton of stuff to get through and a lot of people. But I'm going to start with the man that has been with every single one of these, Mr. Ted Evans, which I can't even see his face there. There he is. He's hanging out there. You know him from Big Heads and all over the place. Very talented voice actor, man. And he's been with every episode because he gives up his Friday nights for me.
I sacrificed so many things to be here every Friday night for the past 3 months.
That's
I didn't
very
have
fair.
anything to do.
And then let's go back to our very first one that we did was Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, and one of the fine people that was in that was Mr. Isaac Robinson Smith, who was also in our James Cameron Spider-Man as well, doing tons and tons of things as well, working on secret projects that he can't talk about and such, but very talented. You're also muted if you wanted to say anything. I assume you're saying things, but that's cool.
I was, but it's not important. You can't see, and that's why I was muted.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Cool. Moving over to then other one in Indiana Jones Monkey King was Mr. John Steins, right there, sitting in front of his favorite console. Is that your favorite console gaming system?
I dabble in both. I'm not gonna choose one side of the fence or the other.
Well, isn't it nice that you can just spend all that money on all the Xboxes and PlayStations?
30-year-old platform.
Oh, nice work, John.
We're going to play NFL Fever later, Doran, if you wanted to play.
I am not doing such a thing. So, moving over to Shara Lasley. Also, multiple episodes, but started out as a suicidal teaching assistant on Indiana Jones. You were thinking that was me talking about you.
I was like, that's not... Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. But yes, Shara has returned. She was also in our James Cameron Spider-Man scriptment, which was probably our dirtiest episode we've ever done, but it was a lot of fun because we had a lot of improv in there and some really ridiculous scenes between Aunt May and Peter Parker in there. Oh, go check that one out. That was a lot of fun. And then so we've got then, now I'm just going in random order there. We're going to go over to Keeler because she was also in James Cameron's Spider-Man script reading. That's how I first met this fine lady, and then spent hours talking to her on Zoom after all of those about everything in between because she is just awesome. And so welcome. Back.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you. I just placed my sushi order for delivery around 8:30 or so we can carry on.
Okay, great. As long as we're all set for that. Then moving over, we've got AJ Dana, this man who was in one of our James Cameron Spider-Mans as well. He took over for Doc Ock. Where are you standing right now? What is the creepy thing behind you? Or is this just the woods?
I think I'm alone out here in the woods. Let me just see if I got my... Oh my gosh!
Amazing. Well done, sir. Great to have you back, AJ. Thank you very much for returning for tonight. And then we've also got... let's move on down to... Well, okay, so David, the voice out of nowhere, mentioned earlier that he was in a Back to the Future reading. So on my birthday, April 3rd, before doing the actual show, I did a test of this kind of thing, reading the very first draft of Back to the Future, which is very different. There's no DeLorean, there's a refrigerator, and it's very weird. But David Arrigo was in that, and he played Marty McFly, and did an amazing job at that. And he also was in the James Cameron Spider-Man episode as Doc Ock for one of the parts there. And
So Zoran, what you're telling me is that I was some kind of guinea pig?
Yes, you were, Marty. Yes, you were.
All right. That's heavy, man.
I know. And the other half of that Back to the Future reading was Mr. Charlie Carroll. He also played Marty McFly. And I like to have Charlie follow up David's Marty McFly, because he always is really embarrassed about it. But you at least played him in our Back to the Future parodies, and I think you did an amazing job. I enjoy your Marty very much. And you're muted, by the way, Charlie.
There we go.
There
See,
you
that
go.
spacebar thing doesn't work if you click on anything else. But
Yeah.
yeah, I played Marty on Film David, so back off, buddy.
Good to have you, Charlie. He hasn't been in any of the unproduced episodes, but we had to bring him back for this one. So very excited there. And then, I don't know, there's a couple other people here. I don't know if the chat knows who these other people are. There's it's a Chelsea Rebecca, right? Yeah, that's the one.
Agent Shrek to you.
Oh, no. Donkey.
A donkey. This filter, whenever I open my mouth like wide enough, it turns my face green, which I don't really get, but
Because Shrek was always a wide-mouthed character. He was always yelling and, you know, lovable in that way. But that's terrifying in front of your Jason X background. I like the X theme that is through everyone's background, by the way. They've done a very good job of picking various X's. But yes, of course, you know her from Dead Meat and Dead Meat Podcast and all the things there. And next to her, in the actual room and also on the screen, on my screen, let's see if it's hand. Oh, hand can't get in there because of the background. But James A. Janice, you know him from the Kill Counts, and he's my boss, and I try and kill him in every project that I get him in. There's nothing underlying in that. It's just fun. But good to see you, James. Welcome.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
I heard you like funny voices, so I got some funny voices to do on top of your funny voices.
Oh, excellent. That's what this is all about. Well, we're going to round this out by saying that we're going to be doing a lot of funny voices tonight. And nobody here has any roles assigned tonight. We're going to be swapping roles all over the place and voices all over the place. It's going to be insane. But the only person here that I haven't introduced that does have a voice to do is literally in the script voice. That is, Mark Cusper will be the voice of Death.
Hey, I got a voice.
Good for you, Cusper. Cusper, of course, you know him if you're a Low Carb Comedy fan from tons and tons of low carb stuff, as well as he played Freddy Krueger in our unproduced live reading of Nightmare 13, and a phenomenal job as always. So, as I was saying, we're going to be swapping all the time, so we need suggestions from you, the audience. And since this is kind of a reunion show or anything, and if you're a fan of the show and you've been here before and you've seen these actors, if there's a voice that you want to hear specifically from James or John or Charlie or Cusper or anyone, request it to Megan Gorman, who is our moderator and just the only other person to be here with every single episode of Unproduced. Her smiling face there, who is here for the episodes and also for the time leading up to the episodes, which just involves hearing swearing coming from another room as I'm trying to get prepared for the show. But yes, Megan is going to be taking your suggestions. We will take celebrities, character, cartoon voices, or just general characters like a Serbian improviser from Chicago who could think of a better suggestion than this.
That's already on the list. Don't give it away.
That's fair. So yes, if you have specific requests, please say the person's name that you want to do the voice, and Megan will jot that down. Otherwise, we'll be doing general requests, and we'll be taking tons and tons of requests tonight. It's all about you guys and what you want to hear. So, with that being said...
Your mom just put in a request to me, and I just want to call it out real fast. She fat-shamed me and said Charlie needs to stop eating.
Probably because she wants whatever you're eating. So.
Susan, I'm not eating anything, and I got my eye on you.
Amazing. Thanks, Mom, for watching the show. I think it's time that we get into this thing, but of course, if you want to follow along, because it's going to get insane, and you're probably not going to understand what the story is whatsoever with all the craziness going on, but you can download the script. There's a link in the description. You can follow along with us, so you can see the actual words that we're all butchering. I have edited it slightly for timing purposes, and the last thing before we get started is, this is a big time to celebrate, so I made some new t-shirts. Woo! And to celebrate, I'm going to pull this up right now. I've gone insane, and I'm giving us 35% off of anything that you buy from the Low Carb Comedy store 35% off with promo code Unproduced. It's up there. You can see we've got a bunch of t-shirts. You have your Team Freddy, Team Jason shirts. The Best Buds one. We've got Where's Our Baby from Social Media Ask Us Too. Okie dokie as Arnold Schwarzenegger's Doc Ock, his catchphrase. Yeah, it's good. And then, of course, because every episode we have Arnold Schwarzenegger, or we do our best to have an Arnold Schwarzenegger scene, I created a t-shirt that parodies Obama's famous poster that says, "Do Arnold," which will be completely misinterpreted by anyone who doesn't know this show. But if you want to wear a shirt that has a nice picture of Arnold saying, "Do Arnold," that's up there now, and you can get it. And they're also on tote bags and stickers and other things if you don't want shirts or anything like that. And specifically for tonight, we have a very special X-Files drawing, which is done by Max Bear, who's done all the thumbnail artwork for our Unproduced series. He's amazing. I follow him on Instagram at MaxBearArt. In the description is the actual link if you just want to click it. But he's done a Mulder and Scully, and Scully is just given this, like, I don't fucking care look. And it says, "Not everything is a fucking conspiracy." And you can get it on a cloth mask to protect yourself in the pandemic right now. It's also available on t-shirts and stickers and all of those things as well. So we've got that. And finally, one that I couldn't get done beforehand because, as I said, Max actually did the thumbnails for everything except for Indiana Jones and the Monkey King. And so I want to give him some time to do a drawing for Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, but I want to share this with you. I went crazy, and this is going to be a special sticker print t-shirt I'm going to throw up here. I did a rough mock-up. The catchphrase that I've kind of had for most of these episodes is "In a Summer Without Movies," and this has all of Max's art all together on this beautiful kind of image, "In a Summer Without Movies." So I'm going to try and finish that up with Max adding a Monkey King and a Indiana Jones on there, so we have all the things covered, and that will be available. So if you want to learn when that's available, hopefully very early next week, follow us on Instagram at Lowcarbcomedy, or Twitter at Lowcarbcomedy, Facebook.com/Lowcarbcomedy. Just go for Lowcarbcomedy and you will find it. And the 35% will work on any of those things. So thank you very much. Big celebration, big night. Let's turn that off right now. The code is still in the description there. And I think it is time for us to begin X-Files Flight 180.
Flight 180.
Yes. All right, so we begin with a teaser, and just to start things off, we're gonna cast everybody here. So, David, you are playing Josh. Taya, you are Monica. John, you are Eric. Keeler, you are Elizabeth. AJ, you are Trevor. And for this scene, just to start things off with one of our popular suggestions, you're all drunk toddlers. So we'll begin our scene here, and I will start reading. Exterior, Newark Airport night. A faint rain falls as we move in towards a large 747 sitting at the gate. This is Flight 180. Interior, Flight 180 night. The plane is filled to capacity. We slowly move down the aisle. As we do, several passengers catch our eye. Josh and Monica, early 20s, matching Gap outfits. You're muted. Everyone needs to unmute themselves. I'm just going to unmute you.
Okay. I've had a few. I told you after the party, she needed a place to crash. So you let her crash with you in your bed? And nothing happened. Do you think I'm a complete idiot? No.
A few rows back is Nikki, late teens, jams to a loud tune on her headphones. Aaron, 32, a preppy man with striking red hair, taps Nikki on the shoulder. That is, Aaron. Did I not cast Aaron? I didn't cast Aaron. I'll read as a drunk toddler. Excuse me, you mind turning that down? I got a killer headache.
Mickey?
Yeah, my child is a Mickey, okay? It's what it is. All right. Nikki flashes a flirty smile and obliges. Across the aisle, we see Elizabeth and Trevor Carlisle, an elderly couple. Elizabeth is trying to finish a crossword puzzle.
9 letters starts with an E. capable of mass destruction. I got it. Elizabeth.
It's not funny.
Explosion.
Ooh, we stop on a man. Sharp viewers will recognize him as Charles Scully, Dana Scully's younger brother from beyond the sea. Charles looks nervous. His eyes dart around the cabin. Charles takes a deep breath, trying to relax, but he can't. Charles rises and goes into the bathroom. So Charles will be Ted. Shara is the female flight attendant, and Isaac, you are the male flight attendant. And you're all drunk toddlers still. We're just going to do this whole teaser as drunk toddlers. All right. He leans over the sink, splashes water on his face. Rising, Charles looks in the mirror.
Calm down. Just calm down.
Suddenly, the bathroom door cracks. Charles moves to the door just as the entire plane shakes violently. Charles bolts into the plane's cabin. As he does, the plane drops. Around the cabin, passengers scream as oxygen masks drop from overhead. Then the plane flips. Yet somehow, impossibly, Charles remains upright. Suddenly, there's a loud explosion, and a huge ball of fire races down the aisle. Charles throws his hands up, and screams as the flames rush over him. Then Charles Scully snaps back to reality on the plane. He jumps up from his seat, gasping for air. It takes him a second to realize that everything's normal. The plane's still on the runway. It was a premonition. Around the cabin, everyone is silent, staring at Charles. A female flight attendant rushes over.
Oh, sure?
What's wrong?
You gotta stop this flight. We're just getting ready for the part! No! Tell the pilot the plane is gonna explode.
The fear in Charles' voice spreads. The elderly couple rises, gathering their stuff. Several other flight attendants notice the commotion.
What seems to be the problem?
The plane. You can't take off. You gotta stop it from taking off.
Oh, we can't do that. Why don't you?
No. You gotta stop this plane. I'll stand here and scream all the way to Boston.
Fine. You want off? You're off. With that, I'm assuming this is a stage direction.
Oh yeah, with that he roughly grabs Charles' arm.
No, wait. You can't stay here. If you do, you're gonna die. You're all gonna die.
Oh, that's a real creepy child. I love it. As Charles is dragged, kicking and screaming off the plane, Aaron, Nikki, Josh, Monica, Trevor, and Elizabeth follow. There was no Eric. That was supposed to be an Aaron. I'm sorry, I stole your role earlier, John. I'll get you later. Charles is so now we're outside at the security station. Charles is sitting in the security office. He's been circled by 2 angry security guards. So Charles will be played by James, and guard 1 will be Chelsea, and guard 2 we're just gonna do John because I skipped over him earlier there. And so you're all drunk toddlers for the rest of this teaser. All right, guard 1. You are muted. There you go.
So you like to cry wolf, Mr.
Scully. Charles Scully. Now, I wasn't crying wolf. I told you I felt... I saw it happen.
Suddenly, the phone rings. Guard number 2 answers it as guard number 1 continues interrogating Charles.
Let me get this straight. You scare the hell out of a plane full of people because you had some sort of vision. Is that what you're telling me?
I know how it sounds. I know, but it was so real. And then suddenly guard number 2 calls out.
Sorry about the formatting.
Chad?
Yeah.
That was the tower. Flight 180 just went down.
Told you!
Oh no!
Did I say you could talk?
End teaser and drunk toddlers. Act 1, interior Journal Square Path Station, New Jersey. 2 months later. It's nighttime in the dark station. 3 young women stand on the platform. They're all dressed to kill in form-fitting black outfits. They're winding down from a night in the town. We notice one of the ladies as Monica Brown, half of the young couples that got off Flight 180. Something is said, and the group bursts into laughter. And so for this, Keeler, you are Monica. Girl 1 is Shara. Girl 2 is Charlie. And the voice will be Cusper. And for this, I will take suggestions. So I need suggestions for Keeler, Shara, Charlie, and Cusper.
Okay, Keeler, you're a sleepy beluga whale. I heard a Shara in there. Shara, you're the reporter slowly turning into a goat. Sorry, who else am I saying?
Charlie?
Okay, Charlie. Charlie is Sirius Black. Who else am I saying?
Cusper just does his thing. I'm not going to give him anything.
Okay, there was a specific Cusper request, so let me know if I could shout that out. But.
Okay, maybe later. Right now, I just want Cusper doing his thing from Harry Potter. All right. Good luck. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You talking trash. And you kissed your mama with that mouth. I'd be ashamed.
Oh, like you're Snow White or something. I've seen what you do with your mouth.
Yes, she went there.
Train pulls into the station. The 2 girls look at Monica.
Oh, you want us to wait for your train?
Besides, Josh is waiting for me and girl.
I don't like leaving you alone.
This is Jersey. Nothing exciting or dangerous ever happens here.
The girls exchange goodbyes. The station is now empty. A light wind whistles across the dark platform. Suddenly, a loud clanging noise rings throughout the tunnel. Monica moves over to the edge of the platform. She leans forward. There's no sign of the train. Monica's attention is diverted by the sound of something on the tracks. Looking down, she sees several rats race across the tracks and disappear under the platform. Monica starts to step back in disgust when she notices something. Looking at the 3rd rail, a blue spark flickers on the rail. It's followed by another spark, then another. As we watch, the sparks become brighter, dancing across the 3rd rail. The faint sound of humming electricity fills our ears. Monica watches the sparks, intrigued. There's an otherworldly rhythmic pattern to this movement. The blue sparks flicker in their eyes, her pupils dilate. The sparks begin to burn brighter, faster, hypnotic. Monica stares at the sparks, unable to look away, and over her shoulder, the train slowly rounds the far corner. On the sparks, moving faster, their humming drones out the sound of the approaching train. Monica, still entranced, unaware that the train is getting closer. The sparks crackling over the rails. The humming reaches a frightening crescendo. Monica doesn't move as the train's light illuminates the platform. The train is almost up to where Monica stands on the platform. Monica, suddenly, something flickers in her eyes and a brief glimpse of horror. She wants to move, but she can't. On the train, it's mere feet from Monica, where she stands, and suddenly a dark shadow moves past Monica. On the rail, the sparks suddenly disappear. Monica snaps out of her trance. Behind her, a voice calls out. A soft, echoing voice that sends chills up her spine.
Hey, Monica!
See why I cast the man? Before Monica can turn, she is violently...
Some water, Mike.
She's violently shoved onto the tracks. We hear her screams mingle with the screeching of the train's brakes. The sound of metal scraping. Metal rips through the air, followed by a sickening crunch. Then silence. Exterior, Interstate I-90. A black car rounds the bend. Interior, black car. We see Scully is at the wheel while Mulder snores lightly in the passenger seat. Scully sighs. She obviously has been driving for a long time without conversation. Scully smiles, a plan formulating. She swerves the car to the right, causing Mulder to fall over. He snaps up. And so Mulder will be James, and Scully will be Chelsea. And let's get some voices for these two. James and Chelsea.
Okay. Can we get... Oh, I want to interchange some of yours. James, we've had a lot of Ice Cream Man. Can we get some Ice Cream Man?
Okay.
And Chelsea, let's get some Shrek.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad. Just like fair warning. It's gonna be so bad.
You always have the Zoran button, and also you're on mute.
That's fair.
I'm here I was clicked over into the script.
All good. All good. All right. You guys ready for this? Ice Cream Man and Shrek. Let's see how it goes.
What? What?
Sorry, there was an animal in the. I think it was a possum. I'm Shrek.
Are we there yet?
We've got about 25 more miles. I still don't get the cloak and dagger act. Skinner orders us down here without a briefing. It's strange.
Skinner's always been the strong, silent type, and strange is our specialty.
I know, but a little background information would be nice.
So would a little sleep. Wake me up when we get there, or if we get ice cream treats. Oh, and Scully,
Yes, donkey.
if you see another possum that somehow managed to migrate here from the south, just hit it.
Ooh, called out by the Ice Cream Man. Interior Jersey City Police Station. Morning. Scully and Mulder enter the station. They're approached by Sheriff Wood, clearly not happy to see Scully and Mulder. And so now Mulder is Isaac, and Scully is Shara, and the sheriff is Lee Russell.
Okay.
So I'll need voices for Lee, Shara,
Lee.
and Isaac.
Lee, you're gonna be Pinhead. Shara, you're gonna be Miss Piggy. And Isaac, let's get some Roger Rabbit.
All right then. Everyone comfortable with those voices?
I'm gonna do my best.
Great.
Nope.
Here we go.
Zoran, give me your
Wait,
Miss
am I
Piggy.
still
Wait.
Shrek in this scene?
No. So I've swapped now. So it's new voices.
done, okay.
You're done. I just have you going for a little bit. Everyone gets to go for like a page or so, and then
Okay,
we're swapping.
cool.
So there's a lot of swapping this turn. You're doing great.
Just checking.
All right. So
Zoran
cool.
button.
Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I want to hear your Miss Piggy.
Kermie, I don't think we should get engaged. I don't believe in marriage.
Aw. She's right.
Pig.
I real quick, I just want to hit the Zorn button to hear his pinhead.
Oh, my pinhead.
Oh, I have such wonderful pain to show you.
Okay, that's a really good pinhead. Never mind. I thought it was going to be terrible.
I mean, you
This
can
is
be
good
your
voice.
pinhead from Social Mediasicist if you'd like. But there you go. Enjoy. Begin.
I guess someone thought we couldn't handle this on our own.
Look, Sheriff, we're not here to step on anyone's toes, but let's skip the local law enforcement versus the sad routine and get to work.
We've been asked to look into the death of Monica Brown. What do you have so far?
To be honest, it ain't much. The victim was a 22-year-old girl. She was killed last night in Jersey City, hit by a delicious train. The question is whether she jumped or was pushed.
Was anyone else on the platform?
No. And the girl didn't drink, so alcohol wasn't involved.
Well, suicide seems to be the likely conclusion.
Doubt it! Her friends and family say she was a smart, happy girl with a lot to live for.
That's a common epitaph for people who commit suicide. On the surface, their lives may seem perfect, but you look deeper, you'll often find problems. Problems that can seem trivial to most people. Add to that the possibility of depression or recent life changes, and you have the ingredients for a potentially deadly situation.
The sheriff turns to Mulder.
You always like this? I mean, come on. Look, lady, all I know is what my gut's telling me. This wasn't a suicide.
Well, if you or your gut have any evidence to the contrary, I would be glad to hear it.
For this, I'm gonna swap for just a second here. Sheriff Wood, new voice for Sheriff Wood.
Sorry, which actor is this?
Let's switch over to. I'm gonna swap everyone out for a second here. Sheriff Wood is now Ted Evans. Get a voice for Ted. And
Okay, Andy Serkis having to do all his biggest roles at the same time, or just Gollum if you want.
Okay, and then Scully is now Taya, and voice for Taya.
Yeah. Even though Ted had to do this one, it's funny. Taya, you're going to be an overly enthusiastic YouTuber.
Okay, and then Mulder, you stay the same because you still only have a few lines left. All right, continue.
Wait, which part am I?
Sheriff Wood.
Sheriff Wood on page 10. Yes.
Yes, a little over a month ago. Let's go there.
Okay.
A little over a month ago, there was a flat car just near our airport. This passenger started ranting and raving that the plane was gonna crash. He scared some of the other passengers and they got off the plane with him.
Scully's expression suddenly darkens.
Flight 180!
You've heard the story?
Yes, it was all over the news.
Well, Monica Brown was one of the passengers who got off on that flight.
I'm not getting the connection.
Last week in New York.
Let's be watching.
Last week in New York, Trevor and Elizabeth Carlisle died in a house fire. They got off flight 182.
What did he say? How many people got off that flight before it crashed?
7.
And 3 of them have died in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, kind of gives you the willies,
Huh? I definitely have a willy. You, Scully?
Scully isn't amused. Mulder notices someone in the adjacent interrogation room.
Who's that?
Josh Taylor, the victim's fiancé.
Mulder moves to the interrogation room, and we move on to some new voices. Good work, everybody. He steps in, startling Josh, who's obviously distraught. So Mulder is David. We need a voice for David.
David is Michael J. Fox.
Great. And Josh is going to be AJ. Need a voice for AJ?
AJ, you are ordering pizza in Old Latin.
Okay. Scully, you are going to be Keeler. Or Keeler's going to be Scully.
You're a confused snake on a plane.
Confused snake on a plane. And then the sheriff is going to be John. We'll go John for that.
John is Hi, Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk on edibles. I love it. All right, you may begin.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Ye did not. I was sorry. I really need a pizza. Los pizzanos. But they won't let me smoke or eat pizza in here.
Oh man, sorry. Hey, I'm with the FBI, Doc, and I was wondering if you could give me some insight into Monica's state of mind in, the days leading up to her death. Are you aware of any problems she was?
No, murder hearsay. She didn't know herself, dude. She was too strong to do that. Lo strong es tranquilo. You know, we were going to get married next year. Es man, es woman, no marriage. As soon as we finished school, finite schoolia. We had some problems. But the crash put things into, made me realize what in life.
Man, did you run into a buddy of mine with a time machine earlier? It sounds like you're speaking some old Latin. Anyway, hey, I'm sorry about your loss, man.
Tears well up in Josh's eyes. And then...
Have you ever had someone close to you
Die?
Yeah.
Finish the sentence? Okay. Yeah, I have. It was pretty heavy. It'll get better, man. I promise.
After a moment, Mulder turns and walks out the door, knowing there's nothing else he can say. After a moment, Mulder turns... Okay, and then we're on to... Mulder walks over to Scully. So Mulder, you'll continue, and Scully, let's just keep the Back to the Future theme going, actually. And Shara, you're going to be Scully, and you're going to be Lorraine McFly. Oh, Marty. Unmute yourself. There you go. Cool.
I don't think he's involved, Doc.
Then why are we here? The flight connection is strange, but hardly an X-Files.
We did bring in a man for questioning. The guy who flipped on Flight 180.
What?
He's our prime suspect. He can account for his whereabouts during the girl's death, or the death of the Carlyles.
Where is he being detained?
In one of our interrogation rooms.
Take me there.
We haven't.
Now. Okay? Now.
Okay, interior interrogation room morning, eh? A wary Charles stares at the ceiling. He's been here a while. The door opens and Dana steps into the room. All right, so Mulder, let's actually swap this and do some gender swap in here. And apparently Charlie's power just went out. Side note, that's why he disappeared. He's not there, I see. So there you go. We'll hopefully get Charlie back at some point. I'll see what happens. Until then, we will go with Mulder. Will be played by Keeler. Let's get a voice for Keeler.
A person who thinks they're on a karaoke machine.
Great. The sheriff will be played by Shara. Voice for Shara.
Shara. Oh, so
the sheriff.
Yep, that's
Shara,
why I did it.
You are a Karen complaining about her first world problems who also really needs to use the bathroom.
Wow. And then Charles will be played by Taya.
Taya is going to be a child who is trying to be creepy, but no one is scared of them.
And then Scully will be played by Lee Russell, and get a voice for Lee for Scully.
This is Hulk takes the oath of office as POTUS.
Hulk for president. Great. Enjoy the scene, people.
Dana, what are you?
Wait a minute. You two know each other? Where's your bathroom?
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Scully whips around.
Why are you holding my brother? Smash!
Your brother?
Yes.
Because he doesn't have an alibi.
No alibi. You don't even know if
Alexa,
a crime has been
Yes, I do.
You don't even know if a crime has been committed. I just got smarter. You can't detain someone without evidence or reasonable suspicion. I'm the Grey Hulk. I'm a criminal as well. Fitting for the POTUS position. Have you ever been charged with anything?
No.
Well, you don't have to answer any questions without counsel. I'm Green Hulk again. I'm done.
Okay, fine. But what are you doing here?
I was sent down here to investigate a girl's death. Puny death. No one knew you were involved. Dumb Hulk.
I forgot my voice, but you sure about that?
Scully's face flushes with anger.
Skinner. I'm Smart Hulk again.
All right, she said Skinner, and she heads for the door. Mulder goes after her.
I remember I'm singing karaoke, Scully.
It's a good one to remember on. And also make sure that your auto adjustment thing isn't on in your preferences because you cut out a little bit. Cool. She doesn't reply. Instead, she whips out her cellular phone and disappears into the women's room. Mulder stays in the hall, and so we've got now a scene with Skinner and Scully. Scully is now Chelsea. So let's get a voice for Chelsea.
Chelsea, can you do Peppa Pig?
If is Peppa Pig just kind of British sounding, then yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. And then Skinner, Isaac. We'll get Isaac a voice for Skinner.
Isaac, can we get some Crush with that Peppa Pig?
Crush from Finding Nemo. Nice. All right. So Skinner is sitting at his desk when the phone rings.
Oh, hello? Oh, Agent Scully. I've been expecting your call, dude.
What the hell is going on?
I'm sorry, Scully. I would have told you under any other circumstances, but...
What? You thought it would be a nice surprise for me to come here and find my brother being held as a murder suspect?
Wow, slow your roll, dude. I had my reasons.
You always do. But this time I don't want one of your vague answers. I want the truth. I deserve the truth.
Oh, you do? Oh, you do. All right. I assume you know all the recent victims got off of Flight 180?
Yes. I also know my brother was cleared of any involvement in that crash, and he's certainly not responsible for these deaths.
Good job. That's what you're there to prove.
Why didn't you tell this before?
As far as the agency is concerned, I don't know Charles is your brother. I processed it like any other X-Files. There could be no sign of impropriety when I assigned you and Mulder the case, and your reaction and shock had to be genuine, bro.
What are you talking about?
You and Mulder are totally being watched.
By who?
I'm not sure. But there are people who will stop at nothing to see the X-Files shut down again. You and Mulder are crucial to the program. If something happens to one of you, or if there's a possibility that someone in your family is involved in something as serious as murder, that information will be exploited, dude! An agent has been sent to find evidence linking your brother to these deaths.
And what if there is no evidence?
Skinner doesn't answer, but you continue. You're doing great.
How far will these people go to see my brother implicated in these deaths?
Oh, I don't know, Scully.
I'll let you know what we find.
Oh,
I'm
my.
Peppa Pig signing off.
Well done, Peppa. That was amazing. With that, she hangs up the phone trying to figure out what the hell to do next. Interior, Jersey City Police Station. Sheriff Wood is filling out the paperwork for Charles' release. And now we've got the sheriff, played by James. Need a voice for James.
Mr. DNA!
Mr. DNA from Jurassic Park. Scully is now played by Taya.
Taya! Oh, okay. We got Mr. DNA, and then we got someone who is stuck in a time loop and is trying to figure out their way out.
Okay. Mulder is Ted, so voice for Ted.
Barney Rubble with a bad stutter.
Okay, and then Charles will be AJ.
AJ. Let's get some Kermit.
Kermit the Frog. All right. Unmute
Stuck
and
in a
begin.
time loop? I'm stuck in a...
You're stuck in a time loop, apparently. I don't know what that voice sounds like. Good luck.
Can I get a Zorn button on Barney Rubble?
Barney Rubble? Chief Fred, I don't know if that's how we're going to do things.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
With a bad stutter.
With a bad stutter, Fred.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Begin scene, Sheriff Wood.
I don't like this.
There's no evidence. No grounds for keeping him in custody. There's no evidence. No grounds for keeping him in custody.
Would he be walking if his sister wasn't FBI?
If you don't mind, I'd like to name the names and contact information for the other passengers who got off Flight 180.
They all have alibis. Some of them dinosaurs. I'm one step ahead of you, Agent Mulder.
I'm sure you are, Sheriff. But maybe you could humor me.
The sheriff shrugs and turns, gathering the information. Scully moves towards Charles.
How are you doing now or next week or I don't know where I am anymore.
Well, all things considered, I guess you could say I'm fine.
And the family?
Well, I sent them to stay with Laura until this blows over. It's good to see you, Dana. Now, granted, it's not the best circumstances, but, it's been too long.
Before Scully can reply, the sheriff walks over to them.
Listen, pal, I wouldn't make any plans that involve leaving the area.
I won't.
Mulder hands his business card to the sheriff.
We're staying at Holloway House in Weehawken. Call me if you hear anything.
The sheriff takes the card and hands Mulder his.
You too.
Sure thing.
Mulder exits the station. As soon as he's gone, the sheriff tosses Mulder's card in a drawer.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be calling you.
Dinosaurs. Exterior police station. Mulder shoves the sheriff's card into his pocket.
Yeah, I'll definitely be calling him.
Oh, goodness. Scully and Charles make their way to Scully's car.
So...
Scully bumps into a tall man walking by.
Oh, excuse me. Do you know what year it is?
There it is. Scully looks at the man. He's about 6'3" with pale, scar-marked face. The man glances at Scully with piercing blue eyes, then he continues. He's dressed in a black trench coat and shiny, new black shoes. He looks very FBI. Scully turns to Charles.
Have you seen that man before, now, ever, or tomorrow?
No.
It's nothing. Let's go.
Oh, and Act 1. Act 2, Pavonia, New Jersey. Interior, Charles Scully's house. Scully walks over to a table, her attention drawn to a picture. It's the Scully family at a picnic. A much happier time. She touches the frame, and their voices change. Scully, you are now... let's have John be Scully. We'll see how that goes. John, you're Scully. I need a voice for John.
Hey, Wolverine about to slice somebody open.
Wolverine, okay. And then Charles will be David. So a voice for David.
David is going to be Vigo the Carpathian, babysitting an aggressive toddler.
There's the sword button on that one.
Please.
God, he's babysitting?
One to you,
What
more to me.
What is will be, what has become will always be a treat for you if you do your homework.
Okay.
Good luck. There we go. All right.
What was I again?
There we go. Begin.
What was my voice again?
I don't remember. Megan?
Sorry, I was trying to find my unmute button. Too many screens.
You got it.
You are Wolverine.
All right, yeah.
But apparently about to slash somebody open.
I remember this, Bob.
Our last vacation together, listen to me, as a family.
I miss those days. And Dad, things were so much simpler then. So much more.
Ordered, I told you to put away the snacks.
Yes!
Well, life's like that. Sometimes you think that... just out of your mouth, take it out of your mouth. Sometimes you think things are going one way and you get thrown... I will put you in bed. Curveball that knocks everything out of balance. You need to stop it. But you were always good at rolling with the... I am going to punch you. Rolling with the punches.
Wonder. I used to pride myself on being strong. Sometimes I have my doubts.
You shouldn't.
So, not to change the subject, but what's
So this is my line.
Mr. Fox!
Do not jump in on me. So,
Not to change the subject, but
shit.
what's the deal with you and Mr. Fox, you misbehaved child?
Mulder, there's no deal. We're partners.
Partners? Or, kissing in a tree partners?
Just partners. Why would you think?
Suddenly, the front door opens. Mulder enters, voiced by Isaac. Let's get a voice for Isaac.
Isaac, can we get Rod Serling?
Rod Serling. Everyone else continue the same.
I found a parking spot across the street, but I can't find my hotel key. Did I leave it in your room?
I say words now. Charles gives Scully a yeah, right, you're just partners. Scully is flustered. Ooh.
I didn't see them, but
You okay, Scully?
Of course. Why wouldn't I be okay?
Mulder gives her a weird look, then sits by Charles.
So, how are you holding up?
And now,
I thought I told you couldn't have any friends over.
So Charles is going to be now AJ, just because I want his Rod Serling also to go against this Rod Serling. I want two Rod Serlings talking at the moment.
I'll be much better when I know what the hell is going on.
You and me both, Rod Serling. Now, you said you saw Flight 180 crash. Did you have an actual vision, or was it just a feeling?
Now look here, Rod Serling. Don't start treating me like I'm some kind of crazy...
Whoa, Rod Serling, calm down. Obviously, Dana hasn't told you much about me. I would be the last person to ridicule you.
I'm sorry, Rod Serling. I didn't mean to snap.
That's all right, Rod Serling. I had asked because a lot of people had a feeling or a sense of foreboding about something, whether it's taking a flight or walking down a dark street. And while these feelings are part of the extrasensory phenomena, having an actual vision indicates a heightened level of psychic ability. It's a unique gift in the Twilight Zone.
Wait, Rod Serling, are you serious?
I am very serious, Rod Serling. At first, I thought I was just nervous. I felt like something bad was going to happen, but then I felt the plane shake, and it spiraled. And then there was an explosion, and this huge ball of fire engulfed the plane, everyone. And then it was over, but I could still feel the heat and smell the burning flesh. It was horrible.
Mulder? Oh, he's frozen.
Have you had premonitions of that sort before? Rod Serling stole my line.
Right, I sure did, but we're the same character, so it doesn't really matter in this universe. Two characters is one, taking on the lines of a script that never got made, but only once. It was about Melissa.
And that ends the Rod Serling scene. Amazing, everyone. Good work. We're gonna keep the scene going, but we're gonna swap out voices. For Mulder is Chelsea. Get a voice for Chelsea. She's swapping over to Mulder.
Chelsea's gonna be an angry drill sergeant.
Angry Drill Sergeant Mulder. Scully is James. A voice for James.
James is gonna be Chop Top Sawyer.
Oh, Chop Top. And Charles will be Lee Russell.
Lee Russell is John Lithgow, noticing there's a gremlin on the wing of the plane.
I'm gonna push the Zorn.
You're gonna push the Zorn, of course you are. Don't you understand? There's something out there! Nobody wants you! Go home! I'm adding Harry and the Hendersons on there, but that's what he should have said to the gremlin.
Oh, okay. I guess this is... He's gonna sound... whatever.
Acting brilliant! Okay, there you go. So, yeah. You begin. Mulder. Gotta unmute, yeah.
Your sister, Private?
Yes! About 3 weeks before she was shot, I was watching the TV when I had this flash of her on a bus. It was raining, and the bus skidded off the road and crashed into the ditch. I called Melissa. She was
packing for a trip the next morning. Some kind of spiritual retreat. They were taking a charter bus. Anyway, I convinced her not to go. She always believed in the psychic stuff, so she listened. We found out that the bus crashed, that several people were killed.
Ooh, why didn't you say anything about this?
I was going to, but then a few weeks later, she was shot, and it didn't seem important.
Of course it was important.
What could I say? Tell you that I saved Melissa from a bus accident, but I couldn't stop her from being shot.
I know this must have been very hard on you, but you can't blame yourself. Nope, can't blame yourself.
Why not? Why not? If I have a gift, then why didn't I see it? Why didn't I save her? Oh, why did I save her once, only to have her die anyway?
There's a long silence. Finally, Mulder breaks it.
If you and your brother would like to spend some time together, I could start questioning the remaining survivors. I almost knocked my microphone.
She's a character.
No! You've got to do what you can to save the others!
You two have had a lot of stuff thrown at you. If you need a little...
Mulder, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but Charles is right. Time isn't a luxury that we have right now.
But...
No buts. But we'll be fine.
All right, Mulder knows that arguing with Scully is useless. We're in the exterior street day. Scully and Mulder walk up the sidewalk in front of a two-family house. In the driveway, Mulder notices a 57 Thunderbird, and so for this, Mulder is now... You know what? I'll just see how this goes. Mulder is... What the heck's wrong with me? AJ, sorry. Mulder is AJ. Scully is Taya. And Aaron is Cusper. I'm going to give Cusper a chance to do something in one of these, so...
Am I giving Cusper a voice?
Yeah, you give Cusper a voice. I'm making him do it.
Lockjaw Harry, please.
Lockjaw Larry.
Oh, it was Harry in the chat.
Well, that's fine. Lockjaw Larry is a character from a very old show that we did. We'll see if that resonates.
All right, and then we need Taya and AJ?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Taya, you're going to be Jar Jar Bonks, as the chat room called him. Whatever that means.
So a royalty-free Jar Jar Binks, whatever that means. You know?
And then, AJ, how do we feel about the priest from Princess Bride? Knowledge is what brings us.
You guys are gonna kill me. I've never seen Princess Bride.
Okay, I've got another one just in case, because that one is one that stumps a lot of people.
Okay.
It's basically like Fat Carrie Elwes without the anger. Let's try Patrick Bateman while he's talking about hip to be square.
Okay.
I'd like to call a Zoran and hear what your Jar Jar Bonks sounds like.
My Jar Jar Bonks?
Yeah.
Misa, we've got to the war in the star places.
Okay. It's okay. Sounds good.
There you go.
Great.
That's royalty free. We're not getting sued. It's fine. All right, continue with our scene. Mulder first.
Wow, this guy's got great taste in cars. So, what are your thoughts so far?
I'm leaning towards the survivor syndrome. People who survive life-threatening situations often think they're immortal. They stop taking normal precautions and get killed by something as simple as not looking both ways before crossing the street, or falling asleep with a lit cigarette. I think this is Miss Piggy. I think.
They're all the same. Musa, you can get higher up if you want.
How is that?
Continue.
The lit cigarette.
Mr. Bonks, don't you think it's odd that some people from this particular flight have died so close?
Stranger things have happened.
Always.
And you're always looking for ghosts and goblins. So, why are you
thinking that maybe those killer cockroaches from outer space have come back for an encore?
There's up to the house now. Mulder knocks on the door. Aaron Williams, the redhead from the plane, answers.
Huh. Aaron Williams.
You're the agent who called?
Yes. I'm Fox Mulder. Recognizable, one of a kind. And this is my partner, Dana Scully. There's my badge. Verify me. We'd like to ask a few questions.
Yeah, come on in!
Oh, lockjaw Larry. Interior, Aaron Williams' living room. Aaron sits on the couch while his boyfriend Paul brings Agent Scully and Mulder some water. So, Mulder, wow. All right, so this is where I don't have notes here. So, Mulder will be John. Scully will be Shara. Paul will be David. And Aaron, Aaron and Ted.
Okay. So Shara, David, John, and Ted.
Yeah.
Shara, you're gonna do Charlie bit my finger.
Charlie.
David, we're gonna get a rocket. Ted, we're gonna get a Yondu. And John, we're gonna get a Star-Lord.
I was like the spaceship?
Just want me to go boom. I'm a rocket. Rocket raccoon, you know. All right, so we're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy plus Charlie bit my finger. Sure. I like it. Continue.
I only met the others twice on the night of the crash and at the memorial service. But to know that they're dead, it's very unsettling. Do you think we're in danger?
We have no way of knowing for sure, but we've alerted the local authorities. They'll be keeping an eye on the house.
For some reason, that don't make me feel any better, baby.
No, right now we don't know that these deaths were anything more than a tragic coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidences. I do believe in Mary Poppins. I think everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we just don't know what that reason is.
Paul laughs.
You'll have to excuse him. He's been taking this class on Buddhism, so now everything's karma this and karma that, and give me your eyeball, I'm gonna use it for a bomb, I don't know.
Actually, karma is a Hindu belief. Zen is Buddhist.
Yin, yang, whatever you say, I don't care. You say tomato, I say just give me your friggin' eye!
I don't know about any tomatoes or tomatoes, but I don't know if it's karma or not. But lately I've been, well, it's hard to explain. Sometimes I feel like something's bearing down on me. Like there's some deadline looming. And no matter how fast I go, I'm not going to beat the clock.
Exterior, Columbia University. Mulder and Scully enter the lobby and get new voices. And for this small scene, I was going to have Charlie in there, but sadly Charlie isn't with us. So I'll play the part of Mulder, and I'm going to be a cigar chomping executive because Lee will be playing Fat Carrie Elwes for this very brief scene. Because if you know this voice, it should not go on for a very long time. So here we go. All right, so Scully, something has been bothering me, and now may be the best time to bring it up, but it may not be the best time to bring it up. But remember the night your father passed away. I know you remember, of course.
Of course I remember.
Yeah, there's okay. Do the subtitles. It's very good. You said you had a vision that night.
Subtitled, yes.
And now your brother has a premonition. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Subtitled, this isn't in the script.
There are researchers who believe psychic ability is a genetic anomaly that manifests itself mentally. Finding two siblings who have both experienced this phenomena could prove that theory. I just want to know, just what are your off-the-cuff thoughts of that theory about the siblings? Subtitled?
Subtitled. I believe it was just milk gone bad.
Well done. All right, that's Fat Gary Eloise, everyone. He got in there. We had to make sure of that. All right, so the agents are now up to a giant set of marble stairs. Sitting on the bottom steps is Nikki, wearing her trademark headphones. The agents stop in front of her. And so now Mulder and Scully, let's go back to James and Chelsea.
Okay. Can we get, in whatever order you feel fit, John Voight's Anaconda and Harley Quinn?
Well, they discussed that. And then Keeler, you're going to be Nikki. I'm going to voice for Keeler.
Because it's appropriate still. Keeler, you're going to be Charlie trying to get back online.
Good. That's amazing. And then girl will be Mark Cusper for this one line.
Okay. You're a wood elf with way too many layers of clothing on and afraid to be spotted.
A very shy wood elf wearing too much clothing.
Soren.
Oh, you want to hear what that is? Oh, God, it's so hot! Good luck. All right, here we go. Begin with Nikki.
The FBI?
Yes.
What the fuck? Identification, please?
The two agents are taken aback, but show Nikki their badges.
Fucking cool. Cool. Great. I've never seen one of those. Yeah, I'm glad you were my first.
Mulder almost blushes. Scully almost rolls her eyes.
So, you're here about the girl in Jersey? What? For fuck's sake. Jeez. And those old folks downtown who died? Do you think we're being stalked or something? What the shit?
Nothing that sinister. We're just looking for leads, and we wanted to see if you noticed anything or anyone strange lately.
As if on cue, a girl with spiked white hair and tight leather outfit bumps into Scully.
Excuse me.
No problem.
No, nothing strange.
How about the feelings of nervousness or hesitation?
You mean aside from when I saw you? Actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, what the fuck. I've been feeling kind of weird lately, and it's like someone's watching me. I even made a friend move in with me because, I'm kind of afraid to sleep alone, but fuck, don't tell anybody. Shit, what is wrong with this?
How long has this been going on?
2 weeks? Come on!
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Why?
'Cause 2 weeks ago was when the Carlyles died.
Reboot.
Oh, man. Mulder and Scully drive down a dark road later that night, and now Mulder is John. Let's get a voice for John.
John is someone who body swapped with their cat and has no idea what's going on.
Great. Scully is Taya.
Taya is gonna be a baby who doesn't know how to whisper but tries really hard.
And Charles is Isaac.
Isaac. Let's hear your Patrick Stewart.
Ted's excited to hear this.
I need a quick reminder. Just to hear it again.
God, I don't know Patrick Stewart. Let's see.
Patrick Stewart, it talks like,
Just British.
Patrick Stewart is British.
Oh, yes. Okay.
They would be called Johns. I know him from Men in Tights. All right. You may begin.
It's basic. many major religions that a person's death is predestined. That's when it's your time to die. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, but others believe that a person's actions, no matter how slight, can alter the course of their lives.
But what if all of our actions, even the ones that are we think are spontaneous? Oh, what's the matter there? Jingly keys. Those are jingly keys. Artifact set from the day we're born.
And Shakespeare was right that he said, life is but a stage and we are the players. But if we're just going through life acting out a part that's been written for us, then our existence seems rather pointless. Don't you think?
Maybe, but
Suddenly, Scully's cell phone rings. She answers it. Cut to, it's Charles Scully on the other end, sweat pouring down his face, and the phone trembles in his hand.
Dana, you've got to help him.
Scully?
Alright. Wait, I lost my place. Charles, what are you talking to? Help me!
Josh, it's gonna get him.
What's going to get him, Charles? Where are you?
Just do it, Dana. Don't let him die, too.
Charles, you have to.
Suddenly, the phone line goes dead.
Damn it. I lost him. He said Josh Taylor's in danger.
Mulder speeds up as Scully dials another phone number. Interior, Josh Taylor's apartment. Josh is soaking in the bathtub when he hears the phone ring. He starts to rise, but it's too comfortable. It's just too comfortable. After another ring, the answering machine clicks on, and so this will be Scully. We're gonna go with Ted. You're Scully now. Mulder is AJ. Voice for Ted.
Shaggy.
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. All right. And AJ, voice for AJ. He'll be Mulder.
Stitch.
Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And then Josh will be James.
James. Can we get some Billy Madison?
Billy Madison. Awesome. And there you go. You may begin. So answering machine is Scully.
Zoinks!
No,
You've reached 555-4991.
No, it's not. Sorry, it is not Scully. Answering
It's not
machine's
Scully.
David. David, do the answering machine.
Okay. You've reached 555-4991. Leave a message and I'll think about calling you back.
There you go. Now Scully. Sorry.
Zoinks! Josh, this is Agent Scully. If you get this message, stay where you are, man. And contact me immediately.
Josh steps out of the bathtub and grabs a towel.
Zoinks! If you get this at home, don't let anyone in, dude.
Josh runs into the room and grabs the phone.
Hello? Zoinks! Josh!
Suddenly the phone line goes dead.
Hello?
Josh can't get a dial tone. He looks around the living room. For some reason, it seems darker. There are some dark corners tucking in his towel. Josh looks at the front door. It's shut, but he can't tell if it's locked. Josh slowly walks towards the door. Scully and Mulder's car races through a tunnel, and we see inside the car.
Oh my God, this is gonna suck.
We can't even hear it. You're like...
He say where he was calling from.
Oh my God.
No!
Did you... Did he know Josh was in danger?
Zoinks! No! No! Dude, I told you what he said!
Interior, Josh Taylor's living room night. Josh quickly locks the door and slides the chain into place. As he does, a faint wind blows through the apartment. Josh glances towards the window. It's closed. Josh races into the kitchen and grabs a butcher knife. The phone rings, scaring the hell out of Josh. He answers it.
Hello?
Josh hears a faint garbled noise coming over the line.
If that's you, Agent Scully, we've got a bad connection.
Behind Josh, we see something stir in the shadows, a figure moving forward. It's too dark to get a good look at who or what it is.
Oh, who is this?
The same frightening voice as we heard in the train station. Let's hear that same whispery, frightening voice, Gusper.
Joshua!
Exterior, Josh's apartment building, night. Mulder brings the car to a halt.
Zoinks! Like, come on!
As the two agents open their doors, they hear someone scream. The agents look up and see Josh fall 10 floors from his apartment window.
Scoob! No!
The two agents look away as Josh's body hits the pavement in front of them with a thud. Suddenly, off to the left, Scully sees a figure walking out of the building. It's the tall man!
Zoinks! Like, Mulder!
The two agents charge after the tall man. Mulder and Scully chase him down a dark alley. The two agents round the corner just in time to see the tall man start his car and roar down the street.
Oh, that was the man from the police station, dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like, yes. I think that's who Skinner warned me about. Zoinks!
End of Act 2. Ohana means the truth is out there. Great work, man. Thank you for doing that.
Edge's computer does not like Stitch.
No, no.
Clearly, everybody in this room can do Stitch better than I can.
No, what we really heard, dude, was like...
You're the great Stitch.
No,
It was
it's...
great.
I will
what
say...
we heard was good. It's just, we heard...
It added to the character. It was great.
Stitch had a glitch. It's fine. All right. Act 3. Here we go. Exterior. Josh Taylor's apartment night. The place is swarming with police as Josh's body is loaded into a coroner's van. So technically I did kill James because he did die as Josh. Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. All right, cool. The sheriff will be Lee... No, actually, Mulder. Lee Russell. Let's get a voice for Lee as Mulder.
A trashy romance novelist.
Ooh, a trashy romance novelist. And then Scully is going to be Keeler.
Keeler is going to be a parent handling a screaming child in Disney World.
Amazing. And then the sheriff will be Chelsea. Chelsea will be the sheriff.
Okay, I'm gonna give you two options, and you get to pick. You either get to, because it's both from your home, you either get to be James counting kills, or you have to be Lucy's inner monologue during a long episode of a Dead Meat podcast.
And that's the sheriff?
That's the sheriff. Yes, you are Sheriff Wood. All right. You may begin when ready with Sheriff Wood.
So, you don't think he jumped?
No. He was screaming all the way down.
So, let's go over this again. You left Josh a message because you...
We had some questions about the case. I wanted to make sure he was here. Get over here!
Don't let anyone in. Kind of a cryptic message, don't you think?
Oh, people are dying, Sheriff. I just decided to skip the sweetness and light routine. Sit!
Did any of the guards notice anything out of the ordinary?
Aside from the tall man you mentioned, no. I'm gonna review the tape from the security monitor. So you think this tall man killed Josh?
We didn't have time to kill him, but I think he's involved.
Have you seen your brother tonight?
Not since I dropped him off this morning, sweetie. Now, if you're through with the questions, I'd like to go.
Okay, but I'll be speaking to you soon. I don't have an accent. Get out of here.
The two agents walk away. There you go. Do it. Sorry, continue.
Do you mind telling me why you lied to the good sheriff?
He already suspects my brother. I'm not adding fuel to the fire by saying I spoke with him minutes before Josh's death.
Ooh. Scully, don't take this the wrong way, but your brother did tell you that Josh was about to die.
That doesn't mean he killed him.
I know. But I think your personal involvement may be clouding your judgment. You have to look at what's right in front of you. As hard as that may be, your brother may be involved in these deaths.
Tell you what, Mulder. I'll admit that my brother is a murderer when you admit your sister's dead.
Ooh, damn. Mulder looks like he's been punched in the stomach. Scully immediately regrets saying this, but she knows she can't take it back. There's an awkward silence until Scully finally breaks it with a new voice. Scully, Mulder, and Charles. Scully will be Cheryl Lasley.
As Cheryl Lasley.
Voice for Cheryl.
You are going to be... do you want a voice or do you want a circumstance?
You just give her
Probably
something.
not going to understand how to do either of them. So.
Okay. You're going to be an overly excited sports announcer at a strip club.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Mulder will be Isaac. Good voice for Isaac.
This is a weird combo now. Morgan Freeman.
Oh, that was it. I thought you were combining things. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought the voice
Great.
was more-
And then Charles. Let's give Cusper one more line as Charles. Give Cusper something. there.
Cusper, we had a request for your Freddy Krueger.
All right, Freddy Krueger. There it is. Let's see where this goes. Beginning with Scully.
I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. I definitely deserve this. It's difficult.
You know it's okay. Right now, our main concern is protecting the people who are alive. I think it's safe to assume the others are in immediate danger.
Yeah, we should get everyone into protective custody.
Interior, Charles Scully's apartment. Shara gets a lap dance. There's a loud knock on his door.
Charles. It's Dana.
Oh, God. After a moment of silence, there's another knock. This time more urgent.
Elsa! Open the door! I've got titties in my face! Now!
No one comes to open it. Moments later, the door is kicked open. Scully and Mulder step into the room, guns drawn. The apartment is dark. The only light comes from a television in the corner. On the screen, we see a woman being menaced by an evil-looking girl from the horror film Soul Survivor.
Charles!
Still no response. Suddenly, a figure leaps out of the darkness and slams into Mulder's back, sending him reeling across the room. Mulder staggers back, hitting the small television, which crashes to the floor. The room is plunged into darkness. Mulder and his attacker struggle to the floor. Scully aims her gun at the moving figures.
Freeze!
But it's so dark that she can't see anything clearly. All of a sudden, one of the figures slumps across the wall and goes still. The other figure moves forward, but Scully can't tell if it's Mulder or his attacker.
Mulder, I got some stuff going on!
Suddenly, the figure leaps forward and grabs Scully by the throat, pinning her against the wall, choking her. Scully lashes out, striking her attacker across the face. Whoever it is cries out in pain and stumbles back. Scully charges, grabbing her attacker around the waist and sending him sprawling. Scully ends up on top of him and gets her first look at her attacker.
Charles.
Charles is barely conscious. He mumbles to himself.
You're not gonna get me! You're not gonna get me! You're not gonna get me!
It's all right, Charles. I've got 3 ladies here. 6 boobs. I'm here. 6 boobs are here. Everything's gonna be fine.
And with that, we go to the St. Francis Hospital hallway. My favorite thing about Freddy is after he says his lines, he just takes a nice casual sip of a drink afterwards. All right, so now we're here with Scully and a young doctor. And let us do Scully and a young doctor. All right, young doctor is David Arrigo. And
I know him.
Scully is Taya. David and Taya.
Okay, David, you're Jabba the Hutt with a mask on.
Very responsible.
Taya, you are that one lady who really loves Christmas.
Oh, that's a nice one. All right, you may begin. No, actually, I'll say Charles lies in a bed, fast asleep. Scully and a young doctor watch over him. You needed that info. I know you did.
How much did you give him?
75 milligrams.
Oh, why not 100? He's suffering from acute fatigue delusions.
No, 75 is just
He's dehydrated too. Did you fa la 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 la?
Agent Scully.
Scully realizes what she's doing.
Under control. Look at the book, the best you can do is get the rest.
Oh, I can't rest because Santa's coming, but I'll be outside hanging the mistletoe.
And now, exterior St. Francis Hospital hallway. Scully walks over to Mulder. He's got a bruise and several cuts on his face. And Mulder will be played by Zoran Gavoyich, and Scully will be played by Megan Gorman. Because we have not gotten to do a scene together.
Okay, you ready for this? 'Cause
What
I
am
know
I?
you've been
What are we
dying
doing?
to do this voice.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum waking up during a colonoscopy.
Yay!
And I'm going to honor a previous request, or try to honor it, and do Fluttershy from My Little Pony.
From My Little
I
Pony.
apologize in advance.
Okay, here we go, everybody. I don't know.
So
this
wait, I'm
studio.
Scully?
Yes, you're Scully. I'm Mulder.
Cool.
All right. How is he? Yes.
He had a breakdown augmented by severe exhaustion. They gave him a sedative. He's resting. And you?
Just a little sore. Nothing to be concerned about. But you Scullys, you're a scrappy bunch. Yes.
Mulder, I've been thinking, and I don't know how to say this, so instead of going into a long diatribe, I'll just come out and say, and after this case, I'm going back to teach at Quantica.
Whoa! You're leaving the X-Files. You're going. You're scampering away.
Ever since we started this investigation, since I've seen Charles.
Yes. Well, I know how upsetting this is. Yes.
I know you do. But let's face facts. Since working on this X-Files, our families have been endangered species. Oh, your father, your sister, Melissa, and now Charles.
I appreciate your concern and your pain, but wait a minute. Think about the work we've done, the lives we've saved.
At what price? Our families, our lives? I'm sorry, but I can't continue to jeopardize my family to satisfy your search for the truth.
I thought that it was our search together, like partners. Yes, yeah.
This isn't easy for me.
Well, the X-Files isn't responsible for what happened to your brother. His premonitions brought us here. If anything, our work could save him. Yes. Just think about what you're doing. Really think about it, and because after this case is over, then make your decision, and whatever it is, I'll I'll support you as long as it is not a park filled with dinosaurs. I will not support that. Scully.
I don't know what a dinosaur is. I'm a pretty pony. Okay, but you're just delaying the inevitable.
Thank you. Yes. I'm gonna go get Nikki and Aaron, but mostly Nikki, if you know what I mean. And I'll be back in a few hours. As are you going to be? Oh! I can feel it. Are you gonna be okay? I'll be fine. A little sore still.
Of course.
And that concludes that scene. Thank you all very much for indulging.
That was beautiful.
Mulder slowly turns and walks down the hall. Scully watches him leave. Interior Holloway House night. Mulder enters, followed by Aaron and Nikki. So we've got Nikki, played by Chelsea. We've got Aaron, played by Ted Evans. And Mulder, played by James.
Okay, Chelsea, you're Mark Hamill's Joker. Ted, you're Bane, learning Spanish. And James, let's see. Wayne or Garth?
Doran.
Okay. I'm not gonna go to jail for you or anybody. That was my Garth. Just go with that one. Or if you want to be Wayne, then you just talk a lot like this. He's basically a surfer dude. What would you like to say? Excellent.
Okay.
So there you go. Good luck.
Oh, man.
Mulder enters, followed by Aaron and Nikki.
Très chic. This certainly beats my squalid dorm room.
There's cable, a stocked fridge, cable, all the comforts of home.
Mulder points at a police car parked on the street.
We've got a guard in the hall and across the street. I've got to go out for a while, but make yourselves at home.
You know, sorry. Oh, fuck it. This isn't how I imagine spending my weekend.
Me either. But it's kind of exciting. I mean, being under police protection with two hot men. That Mulder guy's a little uptight, but you seem like a lot of fun.
Mulder smiles and heads for the door. Aaron turns to Nikki.
Oh, gracias. Hello. You think we need to have a talk?
All right, exterior FBI regional headquarters, New York City. Mulder sits at a computer typing furiously. Mulder finds what he's looking for, prints off some information, then he picks up his phone. And now we're going to swap over to Mulder and Scully for a little bit different here. And for this, we'll do Isaac, you're Mulder, and Scully, you're AJ is Scully.
Okay. Isaac, can we get Tom Brokaw turning into Kermit the Frog?
Man.
And AJ, you're gonna be a stress ball coming to life.
Can I get a Zorn button for Tom Brokaw real
Tom Brokaw? Gerald Ford died today at the age of 84. Ha ha! There you go. That's what you get. Let's see how this goes. Begin! The Mulder's yelling.
Oh. Scully!
Interior, St. Francis Hospital, hallway night.
Where? Sorry, I've got a lot of tension built up inside me.
The setting. FBI office in Manhattan. Listen, I found 6 other cases that are similar to this one. In Macon, Georgia, a woman named Betty Noble had a premonition that a train was going to derail. She and 4 other commuters got off the train, which did in fact crash. 3 months later, the 4 people who got off the train with Betty were dead. The other cases are almost identical. In each one, a group of people avoided a traffic accident and then died of apartment suicides or accidents. or the person who had the premonition lived?
Were they stressful suicides?
I'm not sure, but there's a lot of suicides and accidents, and some of them were really strange. A man was hanged when he got caught on the gears of his garage door opener.
So, all of it supports my brother's innocence.
Scully freezes. Down the hall, she sees the tall man emerge from Charles's room. Scully drops the phone and draws her gun.
Please. All right, that's all the stress I got. FBI.
The tall man pushes through the emergency exit and disappears. Scully races down the hall, but when she rushes into her brother's room, he's sleeping. No issues. Sheriff Wood stands at the foot of the bed. He eyes Scully's gun, and now Scully is Keeler, and Sheriff is David. Keeler and David.
Sheriff.
Okay. You're both a super excited bachelorette party.
You're both a super excited bachelorette party. Let's see how this scene goes.
Like, is there a problem, Agent? Who is that man? A federal agent? He seemed very interested in this case. Okay, well, I have reason to believe that man who just left here may have a vested interest in seeing my brother, like, convicted of these deaths. Can you stand it? No. Like, so now the FBI is setting your brother up? You're building up one hell of an defense. I know, right? Like, I hope he comes back. Wait. This isn't a defense. Okay, it's just a fact. And, like, of course, I totally don't have to justify myself because, like, I'm getting married tomorrow, so, like, whatever. Anyway, so, that one, Agent Mulder wanted to avoid any friction between us. But I won't hesitate to get the, assistant director of the FBI involved. So, like, are we clear? Sure, lady.
The sheriff storms out of the room. Charles still sleeps soundly. Scully sits behind him, fiddling with a necklace with a penis on it. No, beginning her vigil. End. Act 3. We go to Act 4. Here we go, the final act of our script. Interior, Charles Scully's hospital room. Scully sits by her sleeping brother as she watches him, tears well up in her eyes. Suddenly the door opens and Mulder peers into the room. Scully rises and moves with him into the hallway. And we get new voices for Mulder and Scully. John, you are Mulder. Scully, you are Shara.
Hey, interesting. John, I'm like preemptively saying what I'm going to say. John, you're a wrestler who is meant to be taunting his foe but hasn't come up with anything yet.
Okay.
And Shara, you are a mylar balloon that's been around far too long and is finally losing its air.
A lot of energy in this scene. I like it. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna say one thing. How is he?
Better. But that tall man was here. I don't know what he was after.
Okay, well, they'll assign more guards, yeah.
They've taken care of it.
Mulder hands Scully the files.
These are the case files on the other cases. All the deaths were ruled suicides or accidents. I'm gonna tell you one thing. This Sunday night, except for 2 suspects, they were apprehended, but they committed suicide before they could be tried. Ooh, yeah. Yeah? No? But the strange thing is, none of the suspects knew the victims, nor could they be connected to the initial accidentes.
It sounds like they were working for someone, but who?
You know how when we were discussing death and how when it's your time to die, you can't do anything about it.
It's a theory, yes.
Well, what if Charles wasn't meant to die in that plane crash? Huh?
If these people weren't supposed to die, then why are they being killed now?
No, I'm not talking about the others, just Charles, brother. What if it wasn't his time to die and that's why he had the premonition to get him off that plane? To save him. But the others, maybe it was their time.
So you're saying somebody is killing these survivors because they believe they cheated death?
Ooh, one or something.
Something. Are you talking about spirits or demons?
I'm talking about one of the two things in life you can't avoid.
Death.
Yeah.
Deflation. Taxes?
Yeah.
3? You think death is after them? Death's merely the lack of life. It's not some sentient force.
How do we know that?
Scully is still looking over the folders when something catches her attention.
Mulder, look. According to this, both of the suspects arrested in the other cases had recent near-death experiences.
Well, when was the first one?
June 16th, 15th. Christine Searcy was in the boating accident. She flatlined for several minutes. But paramedics were able to revive her.
Ooh, June 15th. That was the same day that the train wrecked in Georgia. What about the other one?
Tony Pope had a heart attack on April 30th, the same time that the plane in Nevada went down.
Oh no. Conviction storms Mulder's face. He walks down the hallway to the nurse's station. Scully follows. And so for this scene at the nurse's station, we have 3 roles. All 3 will be played by Isaac, because Isaac has to unfortunately leave us to get another thing since about 8 o'clock here. We're very close to the end here, but we're going to send Isaac off with 3 different voices for 3 different characters.
Oh, man.
Okay.
It's a short scene.
We get-
Don't worry, you got it.
Can we get Mickey Mouse, Foghorn Leghorn, and somebody in a Lin-Manuel musical?
Well, actually, for my edification, I'm going to swap that last one for Obama, because I didn't get to hear Obama this whole time, and it made me really happy. So Mulder is Obama. The older nurse is
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn, and Scully is Mickey Mouse.
Okay, I might need to tell us one more time.
So it's Mulder, Obama, older nurse, Foghorn Leghorn. Scully is Mickey Mouse. Scully only has 1 line.
Okay, great.
So it's mainly Foghorn and Obama.
All right.
Which is always the scene we've wanted.
Now let me just ask. Do you have a shared database with other hospitals in the region? I say, yeah, yes, I do. Now, could you look up all the deaths in the area on what was that movie? April 12th? Yeah, April 12th. No problem.
After a few minutes, the screen is filled with names.
Good. Now, see if these people were flatlined and were revived. Oh, what? I say, what did you say? I just listen to me carefully. Watch what I'm saying. Now, did any of them die and were brought back to life? Okay. But it's going to take a few minutes. I say just a few minutes.
As the older nurse punches a few computer keys, Scully turns to Mulder.
Ha! Mulder, what do you hope to find?
Now, Mr. Mouse, anyone who died and was revived at the same time, Flight 180, they went down.
We've got a brief little interlude here before we swap that. So, Aaron and the voice. Aaron, a voice for Aaron for me. I'll just say with 1 word.
Baby Patrick Bateman.
Baby Patrick Bateman. Another Patrick Bateman. Okay. And then the voice, and we'll just keep you for the end of this scene. All right, we got this. Here we go. Aaron sleeps on the couch. We're now in the Holloway house. Suddenly, a faint noise rings out, waking him. He turns on a lamp and looks around the room, but doesn't see anything. Rising, Aaron moves towards the closed door that leads to the bedroom. He calls out, "Nikki! I've got to return some videotapes." That's the best you got. There's no answer. Aaron is now almost to the door. He reaches for the knob, but before his hands close around it, he hears a voice in the room. It whispers softly,
Aaron!
Interior, St. Francis Hospital. We continue with Mulder and the nurse.
Now, I believe the people who flatline crossed to the other side. What if, when they were revived, something else came back with them? Here's a. I said, pay attention, boy. Here's the list. Here's the list. Now, there must be a half a dozen names. I'll take a look. I'll take time to narrow. Just give me a beat. Or maybe not. Look.
Mickey Mouse?
Oh my God!
Let's see. Was shot in the line of duty, flatlined at 10:33 p.m., revived at 10:42. Exactly. Same time Flight 180 crashed.
Mulder grabs his phone and dials a number. The call doesn't go through.
The line at the Holloway house is, fortunately, it's dead.
Ha! Call the police station!
Mulder does.
Hello? Yes, this is the president. Can I speak to Sheriff Wood, please?
Amazing. And that will conclude. Isaac, thank you for doing that in that scene, sir. Isaac, you can run off to your other stuff. Appreciate you coming in for this. You make us miss Obama very much so. Thank you for that.
Bye, guys. See you later.
All right, bye-bye. All right, we are now in the interior of a police station. That phone call is going to continue, and we have a heavy deputy, as he is called, played by Ted Evans. And we've got Mulder, played by Lee Russell, and Scully, played by Taya.
1 second, sorry. Okay, Ted, can we get Groot? Taya, can we get a scratchy teenage girl voice?
Okay.
And I'm sorry, tell me one of the other names.
Mulder is, I don't even remember who I said.
I'm
Lee.
Mulder.
Lee.
Lee, you're gonna do Cusper.
All right, do an impression of Cusper.
Hold on, I want to push the Zorn button real quick. Just to hear his impression.
My impression of Cusper? All right.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, dude! Oh! I'm on a silo! Like a farm silo, man. Like I'm way the hell up there. This thing is awesome.
Oh, okay. I think I got it.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Oof.
Heavy deputy on the line. Heavy deputy.
I am Groot.
I am sorry. He left here about an hour ago. Any messages?
Radio the officer at Holloway House.
Exterior dark road night. We see Aaron's 57 Thunderbird round the far bend. Sheriff Wood drives, whistling the Doris Day song, Que Sera Sera, but his tone is dark and ominous. We hear a commotion. The sheriff glances to the back seat. Nikki and Aaron are handcuffed to the doors, their mouths gagged. The two struggle against their restraints. The sheriff looks leaner now, scarier. He's definitely not the same sheriff we've come to know. Interior, Mulder and Scully's car, night. Mulder is still on his phone while Scully unfolds a map.
Are you sure?
I am Groot.
Yes.
Okay. Put up roadblocks at both ends of the interstate. Just do that, okay?
Mulder hangs up.
The sheriff left there 10 minutes ago, driving a 57 Thunderbird. Great car.
Aaron's car.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were heading north on I-80. God, he just...
Scully looks over a map.
If he follows the same MO as the others, he'll try to make his look like an accident.
All right, Scully sees something.
I see something. Wait, there's an old bridge off the interstate about 10 miles from here.
Mulder floors it. Interior Thunderbird Night. Aaron manages to get the tape off of his mouth. We have 2 lines for Aaron and the sheriff. Let's have that be AJ as Aaron and David as the sheriff.
Okay. David, can we get someone in a Lin-Manuel musical? And actually, let's make it interesting, and AJ, you are too.
All right, so you're in a Lin-Manuel Miranda musical for your 2 lines here. Enjoy singing. Oh, we lost AJ. We can't hear him.
Whoa, what? What do you want?
Okay.
To make things right.
Amazing. There you go. 2 lines. Exterior, North Oak Bridge. Mulder turns his car sideways on the bridge, blocking it off. The 2 agents get out. Suddenly, at the other end of the bridge, a pair of headlights pierce the darkness. It's Aaron's Thunderbird. Sheriff Wood notices the 2 agents. He slams on the brakes. Mulder and Scully see the car stop. They run forward. The sheriff does a 180 on the bridge. Aaron, seeing Mulder and Scully, he uses his foot to hit the seat release. He puts both feet against the back of the seat and pushes forward, shoving the sheriff into the steering wheel, pressing him so tight he can't move. The car swerves to the right, scraping the bridge. A huge gash is ripped across the car. Gas begins to leak out. The car smashes into the side of the bridge and finally comes to a stop. Aaron continues to press the seat, but the sheriff finally manages to get his gun free. He turns and aims the gun right at Nikki's face. Knowing the sheriff will shoot Nikki, he releases the seat. The sheriff straightens. Mulder and Scully aim their guns at the sheriff. Scully and Mulder, let's go James and Chelsea for Mulder and Scully here for a big showdown.
You're both going to be, I'm just comboing everybody. You're both going to be pirates with lisps.
Lispy pirates for Mulder and Scully. And you know what? Cusper, you're going to take over for the sheriff because his body has been taken over by a certain voice. And I want full excited Cusper on this on the sheriff's lines. All right, take it up to 11. Let's see how this goes.
Make sure you unmute, Cusper.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting the mic away. All right, we may begin as they draw their guns and aim them at the sheriff.
Put your hands up where I can see them.
The sheriff starts to get out of the car.
Don't move.
The sheriff.
Matey.
The sheriff ignores Scully. He steps out of the car, still holding his gun. Behind him, we see gas trickling onto the road.
Arr, who ye be?
The sheriff smiles.
You know, both of you! I've come so close to claiming you many, many times!
Mulder and Scully. The sheriff's words sink in. The sheriff slowly turns back to the car. In the back seat, Aaron and Nikki struggle against their bonds. On the bridge, Scully steps closer.
I said put your hands up.
The sheriff starts to raise his gun towards Aaron and Nikki. Scully fires, hitting him in the shoulder. The sheriff's unfazed. He starts to pull his trigger. Scully and Mulder open fire, but the sheriff acts as if the hail of bullets is merely an annoyance. Let's hear a little annoyance laugh, Cusper. Should get on the sheriff, looking down. The gas from the car has formed a puddle a few feet away. The sheriff smiles. The sheriff steps into the puddle of gasoline. He turns and aims his gun at the car's gas tank. On Scully and Mulder, realizing what he's doing.
Mulder.
No!
The sheriff fires his gun into the gas tank, and it explodes with a roar, incinerating the Thunderbird and Aaron and Nikki instantly. The fire ignites the puddle of gas that the sheriff is standing in. He too goes up in flames. Then the car explodes. Mulder and Scully cover their eyes as metal and glass rain down around them. The sheriff's burning body, standing upright, doesn't move as the flames burn it. Suddenly, a translucent, nebulous form rises out of the flaming sheriff's body. And let's just hear what that nebulous form says as it flies into the sky, Cusper. Its final goodbyes. Yeah! Just a very simple... He won the day, so he's good. Whew! So, the sheriff's body falls to the ground, then the nebulous form fades into the darkness, leaving our agents stunned. Agent Mulder and Scully watch the burning wreck in silence as black smoke billows into the night air. Fade out, fade in. Charles Scully's house day. Mulder is in the car as Charles and Scully stand in the doorway. So, we're getting to the end here, so let's get Charles, you will be Ted in there, and Scully, Shara.
Hey.
Get some voices for Ted and Shara. This is our big final scene between them.
Can you do Zoran trying to deliver a meaningful monologue? And Shara, can we get someone who's been trapped inside a baseball mascot costume for 4 days?
No, that's so gross. Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Mulder is in the car as Charles and Scully stand in the doorway.
Ugh. Charles.
Thanks, stand up for everything.
That's what big sisters are for, I guess. God damn it.
I know, and I'm glad you're staying with the X-Files.
I guess I'm devoted my entire life to this science, to analyzing and dissecting things, mostly the shit that's in this suit with me. Seriously, get me out of here! And when I thought about it, when I turned these skills inward and examined myself, which wasn't hard to do because I've been in such an enclosed, disgusting, rank-ass space for so many hours, I realized that if I left the X-Files, I would be turning my back on everything I believe in. Fucking great! I can't do that!
I knew you wouldn't leave.
How? Hey, did you have their premonition?
No. I just know you.
I love you, Charles.
I love you too. And I'm going to set an extra place at the table for the holidays.
Did you say sound great? Oh, okay. Well.
No. Sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
Charles gives Scully a hug.
I guess you should run. Your partner's waiting. Scully turns and looks at Mulder.
I'll run, but it's not easy. It's so stinky and moist in here. But yes, yes, he is.
And today on Ted's impression of Zoran, Ira Glass is going to say, after a final goodbye, Scully slowly walks to the car as Charles watches from the doorway. Take it away, Zoran, Ted. Say that one last line then. We stay. You know the line.
Interman?
Say we stay on the line. You know what I'll say it. We stay on the scene for a moment, and then we imitate Zoran, which I don't know how that's me at all, but I enjoyed every moment of it. Good work, Ted. All right, cut to the final scene here, and there's obviously a voice that we haven't done this entire time, and we're gonna get everyone involved here, and so there's basically a bunch of lines and some scene direction for our final bit. So for the very first part, every single person here is going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're going out with Arnold. We're going to do Arnold. Everybody's doing Arnold. So, first one, this close-up all the way to pleased is AJ. Just that last little chunk on page 55. Then, Cancer Man, first line, Megan Gorman.
The sheriff?
56. Wait, what are you talking about?
Yes. You skipped Tall Man, so I was just making sure.
No, these aren't lines. I'm saying this is actual. You're reading the stage direction. AJ, you're reading the stage direction. Close up on a lit cigarette, ending on please. Then Cancer Man line. You will do just that one line, Megan. Then the next stage direction will be Lee.
There's two please. That's why I got confused.
Okay. Then the
Got
next
it.
tall man line is Keeler. The next Cancer Man line is Taya. The next tall man line is Cusper. That should work really well for you, Cusper. The next Cancer Man line is John. The next tall man line is James. And yes, the next the Cancer Man the stage direction there is Chelsea. Then the next Cancer Man line is David. And tall actually, sorry. Let me give the Cancer Man line to Shara.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know. And then David, you get the final stage direction on this page. And Ted, do the tall man line on that page. The yes, sir. On 56. That yes, sir.
And then you're
And then
doing
I
the
will
rest of
finish
it,
us
right?
out. Huh?
Okay, and before we start, can we just hear Zoran's...
The Arnold Schwarzenegger finale of our first season of Unproduced that we started 3 months ago. We're going to get it and do it right. Going out on a bang, everybody. And so...
Everybody, it's going to be a great show. Thank you for being part of this, and it's good to see everyone. And, you know, if you have time, go to Planet Hollywood. I know that a lot of them are closed, but one of them's still open. It's in my backyard. Yeah, so this...
yeah.
Yeah, Cher's got it. She's very into
Okay,
it.
but I just want you to say it between every single line, okay?
Oh,
Go!
yeah, okay, all right.
Crazy guy.
All right. Big
Yeah,
finale.
yeah, right.
Everyone gets a little bit of Arnold. Beginning with AJ.
Closed upon a lit cigarette. We slowly pull back, knowing we are going to see. It's Turbo Man. No, it's Cancer Man. Sitting in a dark car. He does not look pleased.
Our mission was a complete failure. You didn't implicate Charles Scully. The others won't be pleased.
I'm around to see that he's talking to the tall man. He's a very tall, he's a healthy looking man, you know, he's got a good build. It looks like, you know, he's been working out a little bit, yeah.
It's not a tumor. I tried. I left evidence in Josh Taylor's building that pointed to Charles, but the local sheriff acted like he never found anything.
And this sheriff, he was the one who killed the others like O'Hagan?
Yes.
Would he suppress the evidence you left, huh?
I don't know. I don't know why he killed those people, but I did everything I could. This isn't on me.
Cancer Man ponders the situation. Then he looks at Turbo Man as if gazing into his very soul.
Oh, this was your first assignment, so you get one warning, but know that we play for keeps, and any future failure will come with dire consequences. Is that clear?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, and with that, Cancer Man gets out of the car. The tall man sighs and looks into the rearview mirror. He sees Sarah Connor.
Oh, and then from the tall man's POV, he's watching Cancer Man and also Turbo Man, because that's what we're doing now. He's walking down the street. We watch him until he disappears into the night, and then we ask, "What are you waiting for? Come on, I'm right here! I'm right here, you pussy, come on! Do it! Do it now!
This is where you fade out. We have credits and everybody. It's not a tumor.
The end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here for the finale of Unproduced Live. We don't know when we will return at some point, but this has been so much fun. Thank you to all the chat room. You did an amazing... Everything that you've given is so great, and thank you for tuning in for this, supporting this craziness that we've decided to do. I know that sometimes it makes no sense what you're actually seeing or hear, or with the scripts don't make any sense, but it's been so much fun to be a part of this and bring everyone together. So thank you to everyone here. We thank AJ and Megan and Lee and Keeler and Taya and Cusper and John and Ted and David and Shara and James and Chelsea You are such fun human beings, and I miss you all terribly. And I cannot wait to see you in the real world. And hopefully one day we can continue this show in the same room. In the same room, and not all just little squares and everything like that. But you're all amazing. Let me throw this up one more time for you. The store promo. So if you do want to get your very own Not Everything is a Fucking Conspiracy cloth mask to wear with art by Max Bear, the amazing Max Bear, please do that. And follow us on Instagram to find out when we do this next week, release the special in a summer without movies compilation to commemorate this season of Unproduced. So thank you, everyone. I don't think there's anything else I have to say except I love everybody, and in a summer without movies, I hope you had a lot of fun. All right, I love y'all.
Thank you, Zoran.
Yes, appreciate you all so much.
Thanks, Zoran.
Thank you, Zoran.
Thank you, Zoran.
This is Zoran Gavoich signing off.
Thank you, Zoran Gavoich.
Yes, that's a good Zoran impression. Goodbye, everybody.